Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the YouTube. It's been a while. I'm glad you're back, and I'm sure glad I'm back. Working on this Tesla, I figured, hey, I'd do another PDR story time. So here's part 2. Let's dive into it. So back in 2016, when Heavenly Hell Repair first started, I was working at a body shop that is no longer in business, and I'm working just fixing dents, right? Doing what I do. It's the middle of hell season, and in 2016, there was a little bit of hail damage that hit the city, right? Well, I'm working and we get a call from, seemed like a very concerned individual. And he says, hey, do you guys mind if I bring a vehicle by for an estimate? I'm like, yeah, absolutely, that's what we do. And he says, well, the vehicle is not mine. I'm like, okay, now this is getting kind of tricky, you know what I mean? What do you mean it's not yours? Did you steal it? Are you a stealer? He says, no, I'm buying it. Well, I'm thinking about buying it. Well, how bad is the hail damage? Sir, I don't advise you buy that vehicle. Well, that's why I want to bring it by and see. I want to have you guys write an estimate on it, because the dealership is offering me a good deal on it. I'm like, this must be the only dealership in the world, you know what I mean? This must be the only dealership in the world that doesn't lie. So, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, bring it by. We'll take a look. I'll never forget it. This guy pulls up in a yellow 2500. Yellow Ram 2500. And the windows are down in the front, so I see him in the driver's seat and I see his wife in the passenger seat. And I'm like, hey, how's it going, you guys? I'm guessing you were the one that called, because of course. And he's like, yeah, absolutely. Just wanted to see, get a quick estimate, kind of see if the dealership's giving me a good deal or not. I'm like, okay. We bring it in, and when they bring it in, I got my lights, and my lights, they're bright, right? And so as I'm scanning over the vehicle, I notice there's somebody in the back seat. And he's really interested in what I'm doing. And he rolls his window down about 15 minutes into the estimate. And he's like, man, there's not that much damage on it, is there? And I realize he's a sales guy. And he actually still works at this dealership, by the way. One of the Dodge dealerships here in town. And he's sitting in the back seat. He's like, there's not that much damage, is there? I'm like, there's like 14,000 in damages on this thing. It's blasted. I mean, we're talking, there's hail from the top of the doors down to the bottom. Quarter size hail too. It's not like it's little small stuff. It's not visible. It's obviously covered in hail damage. And finish writing up the estimate, and I tell them, it's X amount of dollars in hail damage on the metal, but then you also have to consider the parts that have to be replaced that are, all the chrome that's dented up. The estimate's about, it was crazy. I can't remember. 13, 14,000, somewhere up there. And the guy that was gonna buy the vehicle, he was like, man, they said they'd give me 5,000 off, and they'd replace the chrome on the doors and one of the headlights. And I was like, well, one of the tail lights is broken, the third brake light's broken, your roof moldings are dented up, your upper chrome moldings are dented too. I would not buy this vehicle if I was you. And he, like, in the moment of telling him how much damage there was and whatever, he's like turning and mean mugging the sales guy that's in the back seat of his future car, would be his future car, and me and him are standing at the front of the garage, and he just keeps mean mugging this sales guy, man. It's like, word of advice for all of you out there: unless you do not care about the dents, unless you absolutely do not care about the dents, it is never a good idea to buy a vehicle with hail damage on it. Never. PDR Storytime Part 2. Thanks for stopping by the YouTube channel. Give this a like. Make sure you're following all of our Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, you name it. We got it. Heavenly Hell Repair. I gotta get back to work. Plus I'm sweating in here, so see you guys soon.